Alright guys, so I'm making this one because a lot of things have changed. By the time I'm recording this, literally, whoever is using AI for marketing has the upper hand, not only with better marketing, which is more likely to go viral, but also they're faster. You could test a product within literally hours to days rather than waiting up to 20 days to receive your product from China. So this is really important. And for that reason, I'll be breaking everything I know or what I think is the most important for you guys to know at this time to get started. Okay, so starting in 2026 is no longer about who has the best organic marketing skills. Back in the days, it was completely 100% all about just hand movements, so organic marketing skills. So now it's actually completely different from that, because now you need around 50% in this area and then 50% with AI. I'm confident to say this. I mean, not only will it make you faster in terms of going viral, but also you could just move from one product to another until you find your winner faster. So this is definitely my top breakdown of what I think you should be pouring your energy into. Next is about market research. Market research is more than just knowing every winning product out there. It's actually about knowing what formats to use for your editing on day-to-day basis. So you need to know the trends. You need to know what is currently the easiest way to go viral, and not just viral for numbers, but also viral for, actually showing that you're selling the product. So you want to add these salesy parts to it. You can make it very subtle, so that you make it clear, you clear up that you're the one who's selling it, but also, create this controversy or whatever you're trying to do to go viral. So be up to date to the market, really important, with the trends. Next is a product. So what are the best products to run in 2026? In my opinion, it's more about following attention, but also finding a product with high perceived value. So obviously you could go like the completely custom branded way, but then it's definitely harder. So maybe if you're trying to start, right off the bat, I would not advise that you go for the hardest products to market, because some of these products, I can give you a quick example. Okay, there's a lot of examples. Let's see. I keep on giving this example, the Fun Punch example, because this is a very good branded product, but it's a very hard product to sell. So I wouldn't run this right now, because I know this will take me minimum a few months just to create this perception of a brand, and let alone just going viral. So going viral is another topic, but then the branding has to be on point, and then the marketing on point, ultimately to have a chance in a very monopolized market. So this product is completely known as a winner, but it's one of the harder products to run. So instead, I would rather run products which are flexible in their marketing, has some customizability to it. Perhaps you can, put your logo on it eventually. You don't need to do it at the start. By the way, logoed boxes puts you in that category. You could literally look like a brand by just having a logoed box, straight up. So following that path will get you not only faster, like on the field to start getting sales and everything, but also you get more experience. So a lot of people like to call this XP farming. And what this means is testing as many products as humanly possible. But obviously you want to, combine that with proper product selection. So you don't want to run every product you see. So the way I would define it is, let's say you follow my criteria, which I've broken down before, of how to pick a winning product, such as having flexibility in marketing, currently has some sort of virality to it. Maybe it's linked to, some sort of trend right now. Thirdly, it has a high perceived value. So you don't want to be selling, plastic gimmicks that nobody is going to buy or is available everywhere. Some customizability to it, some brandability to it. So something that can start as a pump and dump, but then has the longevity to it to become a brand. These are, in my opinion, some of the best products to start with. So if you have a list of, say, 10 products, for beginners, it's always better to test literally 5 products, 7 products, whatever. So maybe 3 of them will not make it, The other 7, just test them. You gain more experience and more literally knowledge by failing. So if you were to fail 7 out of 10 products, then these 7 will actually give you 7 lessons. You may have went viral 5 times on 5 different products. Now you know how it feels to go viral, what to do afterwards, how to funnel them to your store, how to make a CTA, and so on. So this is really important, and this is what XP farming is to test as many products in such a short amount of time. Okay, now moving on to AI. So obviously creating hooks is probably the best way to go viral. And for that reason, I would say AI is better for hooks right now, but I've actually seen people who's using AI for the product reveal as well. So the better you are and the better the tools are, then the more you can create. But for now, I would say start with a hook and then create content for the funnel clips. But that's where it gets interesting, because there's a lot of different areas where you could apply this to. And that's where it gets a bit tricky, because now it matters about ethics. So I'll share some thoughts about it, but I can tell you that it's not the best yet for all the products. So there's a lot of products which you cannot just, market with AI. But then there's a few of them which just clicks, like it just makes sense. So you're always gonna have to have the physical product and then put in like 50% of the work into a certain clips of showing the product, and then maybe the hook can be AI. You see what I'm saying? So AI is better for hooks, and then the product reveal, in my opinion, has to be organically created. Now let's get into the hooks. There's a few ways you can do this. You could either create controversial content. Okay, a very good example is the bracelets. There's a lot of these bracelet products. In fact, I think it's only 2 people, but one of them is like dominating the market. He's using AI to create store collab. Now, personally, I wouldn't go for that route because it's very controversial to the point where it could assert some sort of affiliation. Like he's saying, his brand times, for example, Pandora. So this is like showing that, they're collabing together for this product. Now, a lot of people, they wouldn't even put their brand here. They'll put like the niche that they're doing. So F1 in this scenario would be F1 times Pandora. So this is like an example that this guy is doing. Now, again, you want to be careful when you're marketing this way, because it may show that, you're creating affiliation. So I wouldn't really go for this route. But this guy has been doing it for a while and has been going super viral with it. But from an AI perspective, he created or recreated the store to appear like there's an actual rebranding by F1, and that made it look super wow factor, which made it drive views. So this is what made him go viral in Q4 multiple times, and in fact dominate the market in this particular niche. So this is just one example. So yeah, you want to go for like 4, maybe maximum 6 seconds of AI, and then you put the product. I would argue he's even creating AI videos for the product. This is just my assumption. And yeah, gave you a few examples here just to show you the power of AI. But yeah, literally there's so many people right now who are making AI content. So what tools, you may be wondering. Now regarding the tools, there's a few. VO3 obviously, I think it's 0.1 now. So that's for the videos, and then for the pictures, Nano Banana Pro is the best. So you could literally create the pictures first, attach it to VO3, and then turn it into a video. So the trick is to put the starting image and the ending image, and then VO3 will create the, in between the content. So I'm probably gonna have to make a guide for this, but that's a general idea. So you create the starting image, the final image, and then the video can be created in between using VO3. So yeah, this is a quick summary of how to start and where to pour your energy into if starting in 2026. So hopefully you guys have learned something from this. If so, you can subscribe and join my Discord. And yeah, that's pretty much it.